always thought the strangest part of deep space work would be the silence. Not the kind of silence you get in a bedroom at night, but the oppressive, thick kind that sits between the stars, a silence so complete it feels like a living thing. But I was wrong. Silence was easy. It was the secrets you found out there that were terrifying. My assignment aboard Station Aurelia 6 was supposed to be simple. Oversee maintenance logs for the Xenomedical Bay, sign off on shipments, and keep the peace among the exhausted medical staff. Not glamorous, sure, but it was stable. Until the day I collapsed. One moment I was walking through Cargo Hall 2B, sipping a synth coffee that was always too hot, and the next the world spun like someone grabbed the station and gave it a hard twist. My chest tightened. My vision tunneled. I heard someone yelling for help as I hit the floor. When I woke, the lights were dim, and a cold blue haze floated around the edges of my vision. The MedPod's diagnostic arms were retracted, so at least I wasn't being poked anymore. My chest, however, felt like someone had pressed a block of ice against my sternum. A shape moved in the room. 4 shifting irises that glowed like molten copper. Nurse Valerin, a member of the Vasari species. 6-fingered hands, opalescent skin that shimmered like pearl dust, and a gentle voice that always seemed to echo faintly, as though the air carried it twice. "Administrator Hale," Valerin murmured. "You should not be awake yet." I swallowed, throat dry. Did I have a heart attack or something? Valerin drifted closer. Their species never walked. Their limbs were too delicate. Instead, they glided on a thin cushion of electromagnetic lift, whispering over the floor like a low breeze. "No cardiac event," they replied. "But something unusual." Their hand hovered over my chest, long fingers almost touching. Forced a chuckle. "Unusual how? Look, I'm not dying, right?" Their eyes shifted, all 4 pupils narrowing. "That is what we are trying to determine." Before I could ask what they meant, Valerin extended one shimmering, cool hand and pressed their palm gently against the center of my chest. A bolt of icy tingling shot through me. I inhaled sharply. They flinched. Then Valerin leaned down, bringing their face so close I could feel the faint hum of the energy fields that kept their body temperature stable. Their voice dipped into a whisper, soft and horrified. "Humans aren't supposed to have this." A chill that had nothing to do with the MedPod crawled down my spine. "Have what?" Valerin pulled back. "I must run a deeper scan. Please do not move." They activated a holodisplay filled with spiraling symbols I couldn't read. As the scanner repositioned over my chest, the pod filled with a gentle hum. My heartbeat echoed inside the chamber, and then, disturbingly, it was joined by another rhythm. Softer one, almost like an echo, or a second heart. "Hold on," I said, sitting up despite their warning. "Are you saying I have some kind of growth? A tumor?" Valerin's expression soured with something between fear and pity. If only it were that simple. They tapped the projection, enlarging it until even I could see it. A small circular mass nestled just behind my sternum. Smooth-edged, perfectly spherical. It pulsed faintly with light. My voice cracked. "What is that?" Valerin turned toward me. "It is a Varan seed." "A what?" They folded all 4 arms, a gesture I'd learned meant deep unease. Long ago, before humans ever left their homeworld, the Varan race drifted across galaxies. Parasitic, cunning, impossible to kill. They implant seeds inside other species. Seeds that stay dormant until the host travels far enough from their origin world. I stared at the pulsing sphere. "Are you saying something planted this inside me when I was a baby?" Valerin shook their head. "No. The Varan went extinct centuries before humanity's first recorded breath. Something else embedded this in you, and recently. That's not possible. I've never been anywhere except Earth and assigned stations. Administrator, Valrin said gently. Humans are not supposed to carry anything remotely resembling Varan biology. Yet you do. A silence weighted the room. Can you remove it? Finally whispered. Valrin hesitated. A long, painful hesitation. Extraction could be done. But the seed has integrated with your cardiac system. Removing it may stop your heart. So leaving it is safer. No, they said bluntly. If it activates. Their eyes dimmed. Aurelia. 6 would never survive the metamorphosis. Panic swelled inside me. The station had hundreds of personnel. I wouldn't take them down with me. What do we do? Valrin exhaled slowly, a soft vibration through their vocal sacs. We call the overseer. The overseer was not a person. It was a council, ancient Vasari archivists responsible for protecting the galaxy from extinct biological threats. If they were involved, this was far bigger than a single implant in one human chest. Before Valrin could transmit the request, the lights flickered. A tremor rippled through the station. The medbay doors slammed open. A group of armored security officers rushed inside. At their center stood Commander Dresk, broad-shouldered, always frowning, always suspicious of anything he couldn't shoot. What's going on? He barked. We detected an energy spike coming from this room. Valrin spread 2 arms defensively. Commander, please refrain from. But the moment Dresk saw the scan floating above me, he froze. Is that a Varan signature? You recognize it? Yes. His jaw tightened. Everyone in military command does. We were warned the Varan extinction wasn't as complete as historians like to claim. He pointed at me. We need to get him into containment. I am not a him, Valrin snapped. He is a patient, not a threat. Dresk's finger drifted toward his blaster. Until that thing in his chest stops pulsing, I disagree. The seed pulsed again, harder. My ribs thrummed like tuning forks. The hollow display blared an alarm. Valrin spun toward it. It is awakening. Pain detonated in my chest. I fell back onto the pod, gasping. The station trembled again. The security lights shifted to crimson. Valrin pressed their hand firmly on my chest, their voice rising. Stay with me, Hale. Focus on my voice. Dresk raised his weapon. No, Valrin shouted. If you kill him, the seed will enter emergency state. Which means what? Dresk growled. It will burst free. Even Dresk paled. Through the agony I forced words out. Please, just get it out of me. Valrin's eyes locked onto mine. They nodded once. Begin emergency extraction protocol Theta 9. They commanded. Arms descended from the pod ceiling, humming with surgical precision. Dresk cursed and hit the alarm to evacuate nearby modules. Pain blurred into white light as the extraction began. I felt something cold being severed inside my chest. Felt burning, then relief. Then a void where something alien had clung to me. A choked sound, Valrin's. The seed floated in mid-air, suspended by a containment field. Its light flickered once, then died. Everything went quiet. I opened my eyes. Is it over? Valrin sank beside the pod, trembling from exertion. Yes, it is dormant. Permanently. Dresk exhaled shakily. We'll send it to deep core incineration. The commander turned and left with his team, barking orders. Valrin looked back at me, eyes soft again. You survived something no human should ever have endured, they whispered. But we must learn how it came to be inside you. I nodded weakly. Yeah. I want answers too. Valrin placed a gentle hand over the gauze on my chest. Rest. When you wake, we begin the investigation. As exhaustion pulled me under, one thought echoed louder than the alarms, louder than the memory of the pain. Humans weren't supposed to have that thing.